Good afternoon, family. I don't know what's going on with my screen here. Let me do some adjusting. All right, that's much better. All right. This is another week of the Melanin Report 360. The Melanin Report 360. The Melanin Report 360. I am your hostess, Deanne. I hope you all had a wonderful, fantastic weekend. As long as you didn't turn on the news. I mean, this is where we are. As long as you don't turn on the news or anything semblance of the news, you probably had a good weekend. So that's a rule for me to just limit. I just want to stay informed, but not inundated because it's overwhelming, and we want to stay strong for the family unit so we can walk with confidence that this too shall pass, as they used to say. So let me go ahead and read the fair use disclaimer, because I'm going to delve into, like, share, subscribe, follow, like, share, subscribe, follow, like, share, subscribe, follow, the Melanin Report 360. So thank you again for tuning in. So fair use. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. So thank you again. And don't forget my book, The Melanin Diet, The Melanin Diet, The Melanin Diet, The Melanin Diet, The Melanin Diet. So let's get into it. I named this talk, Are We Stuck? As a people, are we stuck? And I know that's a loaded question because I think it kind of assumes some things, and it just, gives you an overall idea if we are stuck, and if so, why. We're the most creative, intelligent, and charismatic, and did I say intelligent? So it baffles my mind as to how we got into this predicament. I know how, but like, for what reason? Is this location that we find ourselves in, is this on purpose? We just don't know better because we don't do better. We don't know better. We don't do better. I just don't understand, overstand. So the beverage of choice, H2O. Really cold. I usually don't like to drink cold water, but room temperature, but it's 10,000 degrees out here. So that's why I'm trying to get some to quench my thirst. So yeah, I in preparing for this talk, I was kind of going into my mind's eye and saying, why? Because we know so much, and we don't know if we're still asleep. Perhaps that's the deal. We're still sleepwalking, and because we go through so much stuff. I'm trying to use B-rated conversation. We go through so much, and just we're still here. Obviously, they didn't create us, therefore they can't destroy us. So I'm back to that. I just think we're stuck in ways that we believe everything that we're being told. We are believing everything that's on the news. We're believing fill in the blank. I just don't understand why this is happening because a couple of points from last week, we talked about Biden on Thursday. I think he has his talk on Wednesday, and we kind of touched on that on Thursday. So Friday, some information came out with Biden, and also no, I don't think Biden said it. I think Kamala said on Good Morning America that this is not the United States is not racist country. I mean, my mouth dropped. Like, I mean, like, what? So I stuck on stuff. So she's telling, well, the numbers of people watching Good Morning America is probably number one or number two show, AM show. I don't know that stat, but I'm sure it is. To make a blatant, ill-gotten statement such as that, where has she been living for 56, 7 years? I think she's a couple of years, no, maybe 1 year younger than me. So this was really jarring. Like, where did she get that information? But the guy from the Republican response on Wednesday, I saw it live and in full color. He said, he made a statement. United States is not a racist country. And then she doubled down on the same statement 2 days later. Where are we living, people, family? People, we ushered them in not knowing, or perhaps knowing, it would be the same story. It's a different actors, you know. I mean, Tim Scott said it. Okay, he's Republican. He's going to say that, blah, blah, blah. But now Kamala said it. It's just, anyway. So are we stuck? So are we stuck on our voting block? Are we stuck on our religious practices? Are we stuck in our dietary practices? Are we stuck in so many areas that it just boggles my mind that as the most creative people, we have been in the bottom of the bottom and still rising, and still we rise, as Maya Angelou once said. This is really troublesome because I was talking. I'm not going to go into so many details, but I had a conference call with my family members. Um, we meet on Zoom. It's really hot. See, I'm breaking out in sweat. It's cool in here, but I just had a little flash. So we had a conference call in preparation of our monthly meeting, like Zoom meeting. And so we were discussing, Mother's Day and all like that next week and blah, blah, blah. Oh, that reminds me, I got to get my card and gift out to my mother. And so we were in conversation, and the bottom line is I mentioned pouring libation in honor of the ancestors, and that's a tradition. And so a family member said, we won't be participating in that. I've been to Africa and they don't do that over there. So, okay. So it was just rigidness of it. Not being open vessel. Okay, this is something perhaps I can learn from, I can grow into, you know, because I told my one relative said, you want to pour libation, when you say the names of the passed on, the ancestors, blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, I have several plants as I do, throughout the house. I can definitely do that. So this was during our conversation. And so she said, well, I could see her folding her arms. We were not on Zoom, but I could just feel her energy. And so I was like, she's strong, totally Christian, Christian, Christian. I'm saying, are we stuck? So that's why I named it Are We Stuck? I think when we have a sense of being stuck, it's rigid. It's rigid. You don't want to grow. You don't want to learn something else. You don't want to have a new opportunity to explore something else. So if I'm Christian, I'm going to stay in this Christian box, and that's it. So I'm so grateful to my ancestors and Most High because I grew up, not trying to say this was probably only in New York, I'm not trying to say that, but I came from parents who I came home with Muhammad speaks. I came home with Baha'i material. I came home with a science of mind material. I mean, it was like an open, because I was a youngster and I was, looking at any and all um, possibilities of practice. And, generally, I've really encompassed all of the practices in one, if you will, because I chanted. I still have my Buddhist upstairs in my room. And so I've explored the gamut, if you will, and still studying. So to just be stuck, if we are only eating a certain way, it's 100% vegan, it's 100% this, it's no. I mean, can we be fluid enough? AC just kicked in, it heard my cry. So, are we just in one mode of eating? For example, I typically eat vegan, vegetarian, like 95% of the time. So that 5%, I allow myself not eating pork or red meat. I'm not doing that. That's like 20, 30 years. So if I have my body, I try to allow my body to speak. I'm not going to eat chitlins. I mean, I've never eaten those, but I'm saying there's a area that a plus or minus that I will venture out into to not harm my body. This is where I live. So this is the capacity I need to move through this thing called life so I can express myself, speak to you, blah, blah, blah. But I'm exploring. I haven't been vegan last month. So I'm going to go into veganism again this month. So I'm fluid with that. I'm very fluid. I allow my body to speak to me and say, like sometimes I go to the store and I'll get Brussels sprouts, if they have organic Brussels sprouts. And my body's just like, go to the Brussels sprouts, But are we in tune as much to our body? What it needs, how it's running. Am I having 2 or 3 bowel movements a day? Your system is divine. If we're not putting in the proper food, it's going to back up and this and that and the other. So we can control this. I'm pointing to, I can control Deanne, you know. And so that's the beauty of freedom. That's the beauty of having a balance of life and making good choices. I was watching maybe an hour or two of I don't know what channel was on. So I glanced over and I saw McDonald's has a buy one get one free, you know, to encourage, oh, let me buy one for now and one for later or whatever. So there is a mad rush of, trying to poison us. If you've made a choice to get the vaccine, um, we just don't know. Because I think 3 to 6 months, I think you're out of the woods if there's been no reaction or, adverse reaction. Even with that, we are gambling. It's a gamble in that because we don't know what's in that vaccine theoretically. I just don't know. And so I've never been a pill popper. I try to take care of my body with herbs and proper diet, meditation. I start my day in meditation. I end my day in meditation, even 5 or 10 minutes, you know. So there's a balance. You start your morning a certain way, I end my day a certain way. And we have to get to this being an open vessel, if you will. If you have an idea of who you are and whose you are, you're not afraid. Because I think with being limitedness, if that's a word, if there's a limitedness of life, it's fear on the other side of that. Because it's the unknown, the boogie person. And what I'm saying to you, how is this life going to continue with our people being stuck? We have billionaires in not our immediate community, but we have billionaires. I could probably think of like maybe 5 or 10, B with a B. Have we not thought about a black version of Amazon? I'm just saying. If I had money like that, I would definitely try and not so much duplicate, but how could these needs be met? Because I know I've shopped. I'm shopping. I'm shopping. I ordered something for my goddaughter. I ordered something. She's about to have a baby I think this week. And also my mother, have some stuff for her on Amazon. Can't there be a black Amazon? Are we just so okay with shopping on other platforms and not have any return in our family, in our community? I mean, we should be able to have so much money. We spent, let's just say, $1,000 in 12 months. A lot of people have do that, definitely do that. After you get to $1,000, you get one half of a share. How about that? It's nothing. We don't require anything. We just spend our money. Somebody else will do it. Someone put that together, Pete Bezos, or however you pronounce it, like 20 years ago, or 25 years ago. It hasn't been out that long. Are we thinking about that? Are we thinking about increasing our stores? We don't have any chain of grocery stores. Is that like a deal breaker? Because we have the revenue, we generate the revenue. We generate the revenue in our community. If we can have like 4 or 5 major businesses, not government, but businesses, stores, even thrift store chains, people, I was at the thrift store the other day, it was slam packed. People are, definitely out here. I have never seen thrifting as it is in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm going to say there is gazillion people every day going to thrift, and a lot of people. I mean, this is a good city to thrift. If you're a thrifter, oh my gosh, I've gotten things with the name tag still on it. So yeah. So no stores, no hospitals, no dry cleaners. What are we doing with our money? Are we clearly just going to do this forever, if you will? I mean, where's our growth? Are we stuck? Are we stuck? Oh, somebody else will do that. We're the most creative, intelligent people on the planet. So you can't tell me we cannot get a loan, perhaps put money together, undeniable loan. We've got some banks in Atlanta. I remember, I forgot which name. I had money in it for a while, but I moved out here. I don't think there is a black bank in Phoenix. Why isn't there? Phoenix is the fifth largest city in the nation, or fourth largest. Fourth, and then we're fifth, somewhere in there. But we have really good weather, sunshine every day. But yeah, are we thinking about this? Only thing we're thinking about, going to church, paying our tithes. That's consistent. We are consistent with that. Going to, mosque, you know, go the religious thing we have down pat. We got that. But we're not trying to express or stretch out the confinements that we are in right now. Why are the confinements are start here? This is where you're confined. Because that's what I'm saying. Like, Oprah, not trying to, beat up on my sister, but why can't she have a division looking into that? I'm not trying to say she's going to do it. She's got money to just, hey, let's get this going. Even if you're starting small, like 100 grocery stores. It's not like black people only go in it. It's black owned. It's black owned. It's melanated owned. Is that a problem, Tyler Perry? Is that a problem? I mean, your forte is industry and music. Well, not yeah, he does music and plays. He's done that. And now TV shows, movies. Okay, I know that's your niche. So why can't there be an arm that you say, hey, we need to get kind of a black Amazon? Am I asking too much? I'm just thinking outside the box. Because if we're stuck, we're stuck. We can remove the confinements of our mind and to just explore other opportunities. Banks, grocery stores, that might be, let's just say start at grocery stores. So can we put 100 stores or maybe 200 stores, you know, in major cities, in areas that they don't want us, you know? So go into Southwest Atlanta, for example. Um, I'm kind of in the heart of Phoenix, but go somewhere. I'm just saying we could support that. So why is it? Why are we not doing something for itself? I mean, it's good to celebrate Kwanzaa and this, and we do the principles and the seven principles every day. But are we practicing? Can we start practicing economics? I will spend money with my people. I will spend money with my people. I'm not trying to say everyone walking in the store is going to be melanated, but Black owned. You hire everyone. It's the rainbow of people. I'm not trying to say only hire Black and brown. And I'm not going to use that word minority because we're not minor at any level. Stop using that word. Please stop using that word. We're a minority. I've never used that word. It doesn't even come out right out of my mouth. We can do something undeniable. We can do the arts. We can do music. We can do sports. We got that. We got that. So why can't Magic Johnson couple with Tyler Perry, couple with Oprah, couple with, I'm not trying to say maybe one entity, but a family business? Or we still considering ourselves family? That's the other thing. Once you get a certain amount of money, and you disconnect from your lifeline, if you will. I'm just asking a question because it's interesting that we are finding ourselves not respected, totally disrespected. We have nothing to show for these years in this country. So we're gonna be in the belly of the beast, have something to show for. We know we're in the belly of the beast. There's no question about that. So can we invest right now in our businesses? So if we have businesses, let's just say a level of maybe even personal care. Let's start small. Personal care items. One company, personal care. Online, blah blah blah. It's ABC 123 company, whatever they. So we start and then we expand from there. I'm not trying to say get to Amazon level overnight. No, you can grow into it. But we're not doing anything. Now, church, we got down packed. Music, we got down packed. Entertainment, all the entertainment, we get that. We're in there. We're in the zone. But what about other economics? I went to yesterday. I went and got was considered like a foot detox kind of bath. So they do the reflexology, and yeah, you have your clothes on, but they massage you on your back. It's really cool. For an hour, it's like $40, like really really inexpensive. And so I went over there, and this young lady, she was probably in my age group, maybe early 50s or so. She was really, really good. So I got her name. So her name was Sharon. Okay. I knew that wasn't her name. The entire team, they're Asian or Thai. I don't know, but they're all Asian. And I think it's just one business. I don't think they have a chain. There is one place that has a chain out here. It's probably throughout the valley. But again, they got the loan. They got the space is good. They have like different sections of the facility. And excuse me. And so, $40 later, I mean, I went and got a service. That would be great if it was Black owned. I'm not trying to say I won't spend money with other people. Obviously, I do. I go to Fry's, which is Kroger. Um, Fry's is pretty popular out here. I go to Sprouts, which has a private owner. But what I'm saying is, when are we going to start? When are we going to start putting our money where our mouth is? When are we going to start investing in our body, our mind, and our spirit? So let's just start there. So when can we start to benefit the fruits of our labor, see the fruits of our labor. Because we're on these jobs in and out, Monday through Friday, weekends, whatever. If you have a 401k pension, that's cool. But what about long term? You see beyond 2020 or 2050 or 2090 when we're not going to be here, perhaps? So, what I'm saying to you, are we able to plant the seeds? Are we just fed up? We're just fed up with this country. We're trying to do the escape route. Let me know if there's an escape route and let me know where to go and where to be. So, if we are not going to invest here, what's the alternative? What is the alternative? Do we take our cookies, so to speak, and go home? We literally go home, go back to the motherland. So if we're going to stay here, if we have the vested interest in staying here, crook or crook, we need to have something to show for our labor. We need to have a few grocery stores. We have a few, when I say a few hundreds, maybe thousands. Why can't we have 1,000 grocery stores in this country? We've been here. We have a need to eat. So I'm not so much disappointed. Yeah, I am disappointed because we know better, and we continue to make Bezos and shareholders richer and richer. And I'm speaking to myself. But if I knew there was another company kind of budding, a new company on the block, kind of budding, I would definitely invest. And if they allowed investors, so Bezos, if you listening, what about $1,000 in 1 year? It's not a lot of money in 1 year. I think we all do it. Amazon, you get a half of a share, because he's got more money than he can spend in this lifetime. He's got like what, 75 billion? I mean, even his great, 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 great down the line, they're set. So you're not interested in the livelihood of the country world over, or this country. So that was just on my heart today. We're on this planet together. We need to find another way of resources and spend smart and invest smart. Investing is a bad word. It's just like when I spoke to that family member, we're not going to do that. Just shut down instead of, I'm not usually interested, but yeah, it sounds pretty good, Pam. It was just a total shutdown, pouring libation and honoring the ancestors. And that's what I wanted to do next time we have the Zoom. She was like dug in her heels and she was not wavering. So I was like, because my cousin called me after I got off the phone. He said, "You're all right?" She was a little rough, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, it's like in the rearview mirror. So we have to think of ways that we can be creative, that we can move the race instead of hearing about all of the death and destruction of our people, the murder of our people in cold blood. Why can't we talk about new opportunity, new businesses, new fill in the blank, even if they're thrift stores, a chain of thrift stores, international or national? We'll start there. We'll start national. So this is food for thought. I just wanted to put that on your heart because, enough is enough. We're always hearing about the death and destruction of our people at our own hands, the hands of others, and half of them are police, half of them are our own people killing each other. Enough is enough. My goodness. When is it going to stop? When is it going to stop? So let's think about that. I look forward to your comments, because we need to put one foot in front of the other and change the dynamic in the conversation. The same conversation is about somebody being killed by a Black man unarmed. When do we change the narrative? When is the narrative going to change? We have to change it. We have to be responsible for change because they're going to do this wholesale, continue to do this wholesale. And enough is enough. So thank you so much for tuning in. I look forward to reading your comments. The Melanin Report 360, the Melanin Report 360, the Melanin Report 360, the Melanin Diet, the Melanin Diet, the Melanin Diet. So give me give me a call. I gave you my number before. I will give it again because, I need to figure out what's going on this planet that we are so complacent. We're going to go to the store. We know the food's going to be there because we don't have to do anything. Can we just start the conversation of just saying, hey, we exist, instead of being on the other side of the conversation of unarmed Black man got shot. Shock, surprise. It's sad. Can't we change the narrative? Can we ever change the narrative? Is that all they want to talk about? That's the legacy that we have. Black on Black crime. Police gunning us down. Is that our legacy? No, I don't believe so. So like, share, subscribe, follow, like, share, subscribe, follow, like, share, subscribe, follow. Thank you so much for tuning in. The Melanin Report 360. I look forward to your comments and your sharing. Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful evening. And let's put these thoughts in our mind and at least put it out there. Someone might watch this and, contact me. Oh, here's my number, 602-775-9665. 602-775-9665. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you listening, and stay tuned for tomorrow, 5:30 Eastern, and I look forward to reading your comments. Take care. Peace.